Bucko's Bounties.
Yo, Bucko, it's Zero, coming back to you with another figure review. Today we have the Star Wars Clone Wars Clone Pilot Hawk. Now, when this was originally announced, I gotta admit, I was like, why did they pick this? This is like a really kind of obscure pilot, but now I kind of went back and did some rewatching, because I remember seeing him like once or twice, but he's actually in the series a lot. I'm talking like he was in the movie, he was in like at least 10 to 12 different times, I want to say, that he just shows up and gives support to Anakin, and he's one of Anakin's favorite pilots. So yeah, Anakin trusts him a lot, so I mean it kind of makes sense at the end of the day. And I don't think we've ever had a clone pilot or a Hawk figure, let alone like a clone pilot like this, so, or at least in the TVC, and we definitely haven't had one in the Black Series. It's the very first clone pilot in the Black Series, which I'm kind of hoping they do more clone pilots, because there's like 3 or 4 different designs these guys have, and I want to see all of them. But so I'm actually excited to crack this guy open. Anyways, guys, we're just gonna finish up this Clone Wars set. Again, huge thank you to NerkIRL, helped me get Bam, Bam, and Bam. Yeah, these 3 he very kindly picked up for me, so huge shout out to him. Go check him out, he does awesome toy hunts. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but anyways, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. So again, he's in this beautiful Clone Wars box. He's looking really cool. I kind of want to pick another one up to do a custom of the teal pilot that Ahsoka saves, because why not? Honestly, I feel like having teal clones would be hella dope. That will mean my personal squadron of, or my personal legion of clones will be teal. But anyways, guys, let's take a look at this packaging. So you got Clone Pilot Hawk, Bam, 50th anniversary Lucasfilm. The portrait's pretty sick. Back of the box, 50th anniversary Lucasfilm again, Clone Pilot Hawk. And this is the only box I'd receive with no white stripes, so I wonder how that works. Bam. Alright, and that's about it in terms of the box. These are pretty simple, pretty nice. I think if I find them in the wild, which probably won't happen, I'm going to pick up another 2 to keep in box, or another 1 to keep in box, and if they ever release him in a normal box, I might buy it to customize. But anyways, let's go ahead and get Hawk out of the packaging. Here he is out of the packaging, quickly joining his brothers from the rest of the Clone Wars wave. And I already noticed some interesting details. Wow. Is that... okay, that's actually kind of cool, not gonna lie. So, it's very cool to see the pilot figures finally. Yeah, it's very cool to see some pilot figures. I know Hasbro said that they completely redid this mold, or that they completely just... normally they've been putting the heads under the helmet, but they completely just said screw that, we're just going to make a unique helmet mold and not worry about the head, which honestly, you need to do this with more figures, Hasbro. I don't really care about the head underneath. I really don't. I don't, like, with Echo it works, but with the other clones like Camino clone and stuff, you did not have to give us a head. You know, it leaves customizations options open, but if you don't customize it, honestly, it's just a nuisance to normal collectors. And you know, I might do customizations eventually, but I can tell you that people that don't absolutely hate it. But this is a prime example of what you guys should be doing. Or if you do want to include heads, just do a separate head swap. You know, Echo is okay because, you know, but if you do want to do alternate heads, just do alternate head swap so you can have the helmet be nice, clean, and sturdy, just like this. Anyways, enough ranting. Let's get into the one accessory. Of course, his one and only accessory is his DC-15S. Very nice. You know, it's actually in a kind of like dark gray plastic. It almost looks like. It's not the normal black we've been getting, I don't think, unless I'm just tripping. Who knows? It's like a very like mix between the gray and black, so that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, it's definitely a different color than. Yeah, definitely looks like a different color than normal. Slightly, you could tell with the camera. Very slight difference in color. So, but It's very nice. It actually was not bent out of the package. It's actually a very stiff plastic compared to the other ones. Wow. Yeah, they must have done it in like some of the other plastics they've been using, but yeah. Holy crap, this looks really good in his hand. And we're gonna go ahead and just dive into the figure. So yeah, he doesn't have anywhere for this to holster, unfortunately, but he is a pilot, so you could display him with or without the blaster. Honestly, he actually holds this really well. Holy crap, man! I actually am really digging this figure right now. I'm not gonna lie. Now, there's this one little thing I'm noticing right now. I'm actually really enjoying it. So the plastic that is normally like a black on the other figures is actually in this really nice like blue gray, and I really dig that. Now up here, it looks like, is it all in the blue gray? Yeah, it's all in this like bluish gray color, and it's really freaking cool. You can see like down here, the gray, more of the gray. Nothing on his shoes, which they actually look kind of bent. It's kind of weird, but yeah, they're actually kind of like curved down here. Don't know if that's going to cause a problem later or not. But yeah, I'm really digging the gray of his undersuit. Now, getting back into the figure, take a look at his beautiful helmet. Look how cool that looks. It looks like, you know, a mix between the pilot and then, you know, a phase 2 clone. I actually really dig that. I hope they make some other pilots in the future. I really want to see the episode 3 pilots. You also notice how they never showed the episode 3 version of the pilots in the Clone Wars, really. Well, I'm pretty sure that's because of how weird they would probably be to animate. So they probably would just said, screw it, we're just going to do this. And this works. I actually really like this design. But yeah, I would like to see the other clone pilots at some point, because why not? Plus, you know, giving them some vehicles would be cool too, but I really doubt we're going to see any clone vehicles in the future. Maybe the AT-RT, but that's not his vehicle. Anyways, besides that, he just appears to be the normal clone body. It's actually done in this weird plasticky color, kind of like how, definitely not the same, but yeah, it's done in like a different white plastic. Also, by the way, I don't know if I'm the only one having this problem with this Anakin. This Anakin's feet are really iffy. But yeah, sorry, getting back to the review. This is done in like a completely different plastic color. You can't really tell, but these whites are really weird, so yeah, it's definitely not the same white as, I don't know, the white has been very different from figure to figure, but who knows? It's so small you couldn't even tell. You can't really tell unless you're like, you know, right up on it, but it's just weird that it has that like yellow tint versus this has like that, like kind of like just, I don't know, glossy whiter tint. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, besides that, the only difference between the molds is, oh, I'm seeing, okay, I just noticed something, and that's actually really cool. Yeah, so I just noticed this is the older clone body. Wow, I didn't even notice that at first. I probably wouldn't have noticed it until I'd done the articulation too. Wow, is the whole thing the older clone body? Okay, that, you know what, that's starting to make sense why it's in that different tint. So, very interesting. Huh. Yeah, so because it's the older clone body, I think they use like a different type of plastic. Why are they so weird with the... That's so weird. I actually didn't realize how much better. Wow, this articulation's like really good. I'm not used to it being that good. What the hell? I'm sorry, I'm so confused right now. Discovering whole new things. Yeah, so. Alright, very interesting. Yeah, usually this older articulation is not good. Did they rework the articulation? Hold on. Alright, so it looks like they use the Commander Bly kind of articulation on him. So that's actually really cool. So this is actually my preferred preferred body, so I didn't even realize that at first. So that's really cool that they did that. I hope they continue doing that with clones. Like, sorry, you reworked your clone, but I'm gonna be honest with you, the Commander Bly was like almost perfect with the articulation. I think the legs could have used a little more work, but yeah, I actually, wow. No wonder why I'm digging this figure so much. He's the older clone body, looks better, feels better. This, you can't get any clones that do this besides Bly, really, so that's freaking awesome. Sorry guys, I'm just freaking out for like no reason pretty much. But yeah, totally just getting in the last thing. Bam, his little chest box right here. Now usually these pilots will like unplug or something. Pretty sure this doesn't unplug. These are molded in, and I'm pretty sure this is glued on, so yeah, don't try it. But yeah, anyways, this figure is freaking awesome so far. I did not think I would like him as much as I do. I really thought he was going to be like the most boring out of the set, but man, this set is really good. I really like this. But anyways, this is awesome. Let's go ahead and get into the articulation. So his head, his neck moves in a ball joint going up to another ball joint, so you go up this far, kind of hindered because of these hoses, down not too far. Very weird articulation, so down that far, up that far. Then you got, because it is the older mold, no butterfly joint at the torso. That sucks. And it also is the older armor, so this doesn't bend back either. Oh, but it does go into the armor, so actually, that's actually not bad at all. That's actually pretty good. That's really good. Alright. Full range. Double jointed elbow. This is the best articulation that you could have asked for these elbows. Hell yeah. Got hinge swivel at the wrist. This one's going to go in and out. This one's going to go up and down for aiming purposes. Definitely the best of the best in terms of articulation. On a pilot, no less. You know, someone who really doesn't need it. That's hilarious, I'm not going to lie. So hell yeah, he's gonna stand loud and proud just like this. Ball joint torso, legs go forward that far, out not too far, out this far, double jointed knee. Can't really do ass kickers unless you force it, so then you have thigh swivels, no boot swivels, hinge swivel at the ankle, and a forward facing pin for rockers. And that's gonna be, man, that's kind of a double-edged sword. So his articulation up here, pretty much perfect. Down here, I would like the newer legs. I actually like the look of the older legs in terms of the articulation for the knee pads, but this ankle kills me. But it's okay, because you're a pilot, you don't need too much articulation, so I'm just glad that your upper torso is damn near perfect. It's time to get Hawk up in the air. Let's get him onto the battlefield, calling some air support. Now it's time to show him off next to some other figures. So here he is next to the rest of the 501st family and Kenobi. But yeah, these guys as a set look amazing. Just the Target exclusive set, and then on top of that the Walmart exclusive stuff, amazing. So these are going to be really nice displayed together on the shelf. And here he's next to a TIE pilot and the new Stormtrooper. And here he's next to Mando and Boba and And as always, here he's next to Luke Skywalker Squawker and Old Left Limbs. Alright, again, huge shout out to Nurk IRL. He picked this one up again. Go check him out. Anyways, this figure is awesome. I actually am blown away with just like how simple it is. I don't know. I didn't really have high expectations for him going in, but now that I actually have the figure on hand and played around with him, he was pretty exciting. I do want to pick up another one to customize, but we'll see if that ever goes into fruition. We'll see. I do want to do a ton of customs eventually, but right now it just seems too tedious. I don't have enough time, but I'm sure eventually I'll take up customs, and if that does ever happen, I do want to do the teal pilot that Ahsoka saves, or you know, my own version that's teal. But anyways, this guy's freaking awesome. It's just really cool having, you know, a bunch of, not even 501st, just a bunch of like blue clones together. They look really good in a group, and especially like, you know, with Ahsoka and stuff, you know, especially with like Ahsoka and Anakin behind it, they look really good together. I don't know how to explain it, but these guys are awesome. Anyways, as always, you can bring them in warm or you can bring them in cold. Thanks for watching and good hunting.